Good morning, it's Barbara. I have here on my lipstick. Thank you for joining me for coffee. I'm afraid this is take 2. This is the first time I've done a second take on a Vlogmas. But I was trying to think about it and I didn't think I could save it, so I'm starting over. But that means that you missed the opening of the cutest bag ever. These are so adorable. Thank you, Megan. And my gift, I already put it on, is these beautiful Christmas bell earrings. Aren't they cute? They're very festive. But yeah, I don't know what I was going on about, but I decided that it couldn't stay. So here is the yarn that I got. Isn't it beautiful? And I'm trying to figure out how I can make it stretch. Maybe I could put a couple of stripes of this one in to make it stretch, because I think it can be the next color. I'm worried about too many greens together and things like that, and I thought, with this pack, this year's Advent from Megan, I gotta honor the greens because she's greening. So I put in the green, and it was amazing. I had 2 of those. I think that were almost exactly alike. They looked almost exactly alike for this green. This is how much I had left after I did it. So the estimates from the designer, either my gauge could be different. These minis could be not exactly 10 grams, very up, and so today is 19. So this was 17 because I'm 1 behind. And 17 is purported to use 11 grams. Okay. So, it could be like some small combination of my gauge and maybe a little overage in that mini. But I had this much left. It's so cute. I don't know what to do with this, but I've got to do something. So that's fun. So I have more green to put in. That's gonna be, I don't know, striping interestingly when we get to the bigger ones. Now the next stripe, according to that chart, is going to be 13 grams. So I'm hoping this could be 13 grams, because I think that would be perfect right next to it, right? Or actually, I need to find Benta's. Wait, where's Benta's yarn? Hold on, I think Benta's yarn is in Sammy's hat. I'm not sure that you would even be able to tell that I changed yarn, so I might do a combination of this pink and Benta's yarn. It'll be a very subtle stripe, if it's even noticeable. However, I did not work on the girls' hats last night. These are got to be ready for Friday, and it's Monday. So I have got to get my act together and figure out. Okay. What have I done? All right. I got to get my act together and figure out if I start my decreases now, and if I do, what do I do? Because those, but if I'm doing the decreases, if I'm at the decrease area, I can finish those in one night, but I really want to do that. So I might end up being 2 days behind on this, but I can catch up on Christmas. Because we have no plans for Christmas today. Christy will be with her dad's family for Christmas dinner. We don't do a Christmas dinner. I don't even think Kim is coming on Christmas Day. I think she's coming the day after Christmas. So, Boxing Day. So, there you go. Thank you, Megan. Thank you so much. And I'm really enjoying that knitting on the shawl and how it looks. And we're just gonna have more greens, and as the stripes get bigger, they're gonna be multicolored stripes, because I want to use Megan's beautiful yarn. Look, I did good. And Benta has some colors that go very well, and I have other colors, so I will make them stretch into those last big big stripes. But it's getting bigger. It's getting bigger. I felt like that stripe took a long time. I watched an interesting show last night. I really enjoyed it. And I watched it to the very end till almost right before bed, so I was a little worried about it. Called Inside Man on Netflix. And it has, for those David Tennant fans, David Tennant is in it. It's called Inside Man, and it's very interesting. And, you know, sort of the main characters are a vicar, who is, David Tennant is the vicar, and Stanley Tucci, who plays a convicted murderer in an American prison, who is very good at solving crimes from his cell. And the reporter who has a missing friend. And anyway, it was 4 episodes, so I could watch the whole thing last night. And I knit my stripe, but it took the whole time almost, you know. And then I have an arm thing, so I didn't knit anymore after that. But those stripes are getting long, and they're starting to take a little bit of time. So I am not feeling pressured to finish the shawl on December 24th. In fact, I may not do hardly any knitting on December 24th, because that's when our celebration is, and everybody will be here for dinner, and, you know, so if I do, it won't be a lot. But I do have to finish those hats. So the hats, if and when I get knitting time today, I will be working on my hats, and I will show you them tomorrow. So yesterday I worked in the dining room, and the dining room is really, really great. We have odds and ends that we have to figure out what to do with. Dennis's containers are supposed to come today so that he can pack up his wine making stuff safely and have a place it can actually live, and that will be great for him. And so the dining room will be done today, assuming those things come, because we'll figure out those few things. We cleaned up the sideboard. We threw away some of the booze bottles. I packed up a 6-pack for my brother of things that I really didn't like very much, or we weren't going to drink, in case he wants them, because we're going up to State College on Wednesday to see my parents, and I try to see my brother, Christy and I. We were planning on going Thursday, but the weather reports are saying Thursday is going to be really bad weather, and we can't travel to State College in bad weather. So she's leaving early on Wednesday, driving 2 hours here from her dad's, and then we're going to State College. I'll drive 3 hours to State College, visit for 2 hours, come back. Well, you do what you got to do to see your family. So meanwhile, I'll drop off some, you know, aperitifs and things that I think my brother would enjoy. And that cleared out some space, and some things got thrown out. I just still don't know the answer to the PIMS, if the PIMS keeps forever or not. So I didn't throw out the PIMS, but I'm not sure we're going to keep it, because it's 20 years old. And I don't think the bottle's even half gone, so if I haven't drunk that much of it in 20 years, it won't be a big loss, I suppose. But in the process of that, we cleaned up the sideboard. There's this one piece in the corner, one piece of furniture, just a little square stand that's goes with the furniture, that has kind of a scientific cold brew coffee machine that's very cool, and other tchotchkes on it, and those don't have to be sorted, they just all have to be cleaned, and that thing has to be cleaned, and that's for today. But the other thing I'm doing is I have some errands to run, and I'm going to run around a little bit. One of the places I'm going to go is Goodwill. I have a bag of fabric-y, linen-y things, tablecloths and things that I think I'm going to take pictures of and send to Christy and see if she is interested, because she does so much interesting stuff with all kinds of fabrics that, oh, I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to keep them, and she can go through them, and she may have already gone through them. I'm not sure, but I can take them to Goodwill another time. But I'm going to stop at Goodwill. I'll have a couple boxes to give them, and yeah, making good progress. Tomorrow we'll be cleaning my room so that she has a space, comfortable space for when she's here, and room to put her stuff. It'll be tight, there's no question about it. It's a much smaller floor space. She would have way more floor space if she were in the other room, but I think she'll be more comfortable in there than in the sitting room where the cat's been living. So we'll see how this works out. If she would prefer the sitting room, we can do that too. It'll be up to her. But I want the space ready for her. So that's tomorrow. And then Wednesday she comes and we go, and the real vacation starts. The real celebration holiday starts. I would have to make party salad, so I need to make sure I have all the ingredients for party salad ready to go. Because, you know, it's a holiday. We make party salad on holidays. Oh, and I have to think about desserts, because we'll make those ahead of time too. We might just stick with our tried and true cheesecake and key lime pie. They're delicious, and people like them. So there you go. Anyway, that's the plan. So, I'm sorry you weren't there for the big reveal, but I just couldn't deal with it anymore. I'm thinking about how can I edit that so I don't sound like a jerk. I couldn't figure it out. So never mind. Meanwhile, please take good care of yourselves. Please, please stay safe and stay sane.